Ronald Reagan is one of the most iconic and influential American presidents of the 20th century. Known for his conservative policies, his staunch patriotism, and his stirring rhetoric, Reagan left an indelible mark on the American politics and culture. But what many people may not know is that Reagan's family history and genealogy played a significant role in shaping his worldview and political beliefs. In this video, we'll explore Reagan's Irish ancestry and how it may have influenced his political career. We'll take a look at his family background, his ancestral origins, and the legacy he left behind. So whether you're a fan of Reagan or just interested in exploring your own family history, join us as we delve into the Irish roots of Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan's Irish heritage played a significant role in shaping his worldview and political beliefs. His paternal grandfather, Michael Reagan, was born in Ballyporeen, County Tipperary in Ireland in 1829. Michael emigrated into the United States in the 1860s, settling in Illinois, where he worked as a farmer and raised a family. He passed on his work ethic and values to his son, John Edward Reagan, who followed in his footsteps and also became a farmer. John Edward Reagan married Nell Wilson, a woman of Irish descent, and they had two sons, Neil and Ronald. Reagan often spoke proudly of his Irish heritage and the values he believed it instilled in him, such as hard work, determination, and a strong sense of community. In fact, he once famously quipped, "I have always believed that the Irish are the only people impervious to psychoanalysis." Reagan's Irish roots also influenced his political career. His upbringing in a family of farmers gave him a first-hand understanding of the struggles of rural America, and he believed in the importance of limited government and individual freedom. Reagan's belief in the power of the individual over the state was a core tenet of his political philosophy. It was informed in part by his Irish heritage. Reagan's Irish heritage shaped his political beliefs and his presidency in numerous ways. He often spoke of the importance of family and community, values that he believed were instilled in him through his Irish ancestry. Reagan was also a devout Christian and credited his faith with giving him the strength and guidance throughout his life. His mother, Nell, was committed to the Disciples of Christ, which supported the social gospel. She led prayer meetings and read midweek prayers at her church when the pastor was out of town. His faith, which was influenced by his Irish heritage, played a significant role in shaping his worldview and his commitment to traditional values. In addition to his personal beliefs, Reagan's Irish roots also influenced his policies. He believed in the power of the individual and the importance of limited government, which he saw as being in line with traditional Irish values of self-reliance and personal responsibility. He also championed the cause of Irish independence and supported the peace process in Northern Ireland, advocating for a peaceful resolution to the conflict. Reagan's commitment to strong national defense was also influenced by his Irish heritage. He often spoke of the bravery and resilience of the Irish people in the face of adversity, and he believed that the United States had a duty to protect its citizens and its allies from threats both foreign and domestic. This commitment to national security was evident in his policies, such as the Strategic Defense Initiative, which aimed to create a missile defense system to protect the United States from nuclear attack. Overall, Reagan's Irish heritage played a significant role in shaping his worldview, his policies, and his presidency. It helped to shape his commitment to traditional values, his belief in the power of the individual, and his commitment to national security. As we continue to explore the history and heritage of our ancestors, we can learn from examples of leaders like Ronald Reagan and the ways in which their roots have influenced their lives and legacy. Ronald Reagan's Irish heritage played an important role in his presidency. In fact, during his tenure, Reagan made several trips to Ireland and developed a strong connection to the country and people. One of his most notable trips to Ireland was in 1984 when he delivered a speech at Ballyporeen, the small village in the County Tipperary where his ancestors originated. During his speech, Reagan spoke fondly of his Irish heritage and expressed his gratitude for the warm reception he received from the Irish people. Reagan's connection to Ireland also extended to his political friendships. He formed a close friendship with Irish Prime Minister Garret FitzGerald, and together they established a strong bond between the United States and Ireland. At How We Got Here Genealogy, I love exploring the family history of individuals and how it influences their lives. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you'll never miss another story. During his presidency, Reagan made several official visits to Canada. For me, the most notable one was the Shamrock Summit in Quebec City in 1985. The summit was a meeting between Reagan and Canadian Prime Minister at the time, Brian Mulroney, and was aimed at strengthening the relationship between the two countries. The Shamrock Summit took place on March 17th and 18th of 1985. So over St. Patrick's Day, and both leaders who have Irish heritage celebrated the occasion. Reagan and Mulroney discussed various topics including trade, security, and defense. However, what made the summit stand out was the warmth and friendship that the two leaders displayed. As part of the St. Patrick's Day celebration, Reagan and Mulroney sang "When Irish Eyes Are Smiling." The moment was captured on camera and became a memorable moment in Canadian and American relations. The friendship that developed between these two leaders of Irish descent was so important to Reagan and so meaningful that he chose Brian Mulroney to deliver a eulogy message at his funeral.
In the spring of 1987, President Reagan and I were driven into a large hangar at the Ottawa airport to await the arrival of Mrs. Reagan and my wife Mila prior to departure ceremonies for their return to Washington. We were alone except for the security details. President Reagan's visit had been important, demanding, and successful. Our discussions reflected the international agenda of the times, the nuclear threat posed by the Soviet Union and the missile deployment by NATO, pressures in the Warsaw Pact, challenges resulting from the Berlin Wall and the ongoing separation of Germany, and bilateral and hemispheric free trade. President Reagan had spoken to Parliament, handled complex files with skill and good humor, strongly impressing his Canadian hosts. And here we were, waiting for our wives. When their car drove in a moment later, out stepped Nancy and Mila, looking like $1 million. And as they headed towards us, President Reagan beamed. He threw his arm around my shoulder, and he said with a grin, "You know, Brian, for two Irishmen, we sure married up."
The only world leader or formal world leader that was asked to do so. As we can see, Ronald Reagan's Irish heritage played a significant role in his life, from his childhood in Illinois to his presidency of the United States. Learning about his Irish roots and the connection to Ireland helps us to understand his values and his beliefs. If you want to learn more about your own family history and discover your ancestral roots, be sure to subscribe to my channel. In the description of this video, you'll find a link for some family tree worksheets, plus a free 30-minute consultation with me so I can help you get started. For more stories of celebrities and historical figures whose ancestors came from the Emerald Isle, watch this video here. And remember, the more we know about our ancestors, the more we understand ourselves. So keep watching and keep searching for your ancestors.